Men are always harvesting your energy, girl. Once you become aware of that, you're going to finally start valuing your own time. You're not just going to let it get wasted by any guy who gives you attention, any low value, dusty dude who is all words, no action, doesn't provide anything of value to you in your life. Ladies, a feminine man is basically an energy vampire. He'll drain you. He needs mothering. He needs help. He needs fixing. He needs direction. He's going to put you in your masculine and you are going to burn out.
So a topic I wanted to discuss is that toxic men will drain you of your energy and they will drain you of your beauty and give it to other women.
I say this with full love for men, but the reality is that men are draining by default. That the default assumption that you need to make for a man in your life is that he is not the source. In fact, he is draining.
As a woman, you need to be able to tell the difference when a man is harvesting your energy and when he's siphoning your energy. When a man is harvesting your energy, he is coming to you to get you to give your energy to him freely.
You know this trend where everyone is talking about he drained the life out of me. There's a picture of them whilst they were in the relationship and then before the relationship or after the relationship. You get what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of the way that men steal a woman's feminine energy. Women naturally pour into a man. This could be the most basic, average woman that hasn't even done that much work developing herself, her internal mindset.
This is just a reminder to the women out there that men are the biggest harvesters of women's energy. You know, men literally cannot survive without women's energy.
His presence in your life is triggering the absence of your true self. You are losing yourself with that man, girl. Ever since he's entered your life, you've been in a constant state of unrest and distress.
Why you feel so much lighter when you break up with a man? It's because he was harvesting your energy. I mean that.
No. That's scratching the surface. We haven't even gone as deep as that goes. And let me explain. Men alter your life so much, and it's not even intentional.
Men will harvest your energy if you let them.
Stop draining your feminine energy, sis. Stop arguing with that man. Stop waking up at 2 a.m. to go through his phone because you can't trust him. Stop waking up to a man worrying about bills when you're waking up to a man, okay? You're not meant to be the mother, the therapist, the chef, the cook, and the sacrifice. That's not what we are, okay? You deserve peace. You deserve true love. You deserve a man that protects you, provides for you, and gives you provision, okay?
People who drain your energy are often what we refer to as energy vampires, and they can be emotionally or mentally exhausting to be around, leaving you feeling depleted, stressed, and overwhelmed. And here are some common traits of energy vampires. The first thing is that they're constantly negative.
You let them go physically, but let's talk about how to let them go spiritually. Let's dive in. Talk about how to remove someone's energy from your life.
Some time ago on TikTok, there's a trend that went viral. The trend of women talking about how men drain them. If you don't know, there are a lot of ways which men drain you. There are a lot of ways men drain your feminine energy. We as women will have positive energy that will pour into men, either our partner or our family or our father. Yeah, this is the reason why sometimes when a woman is born in a house, progress will enter inside that house because of the energy she brought. And when you grow and you start having partners, you also transfer this energy to your man. Every woman is born with positive energy that can bring progress, peace, unity in the house. In ancient days, if a country or if two nations is having disputes, they often use women, like getting married to top women in one of the country to bring peace. That is the femininity energy. That is feminine energy. Also, if somebody is having a lot of misfortune, they will ask that person to go and marry so that the woman will bring in her feminine energy to cool down the negative energy that man have. Women have a lot of energies. Women have strong feminine energy that can transfer into wealth, that can transfer into peace, that can transfer into something very progressive, and men know about this. A lot of men that are into relationship are not into relationship because they want to date. A lot of them are there to suck your energy. A lot of them are there to drain your energy. This is also the reason why in some countries women are used for money rituals. That is because you have that energy to bring progress, to bring wealth, to bring money. So in this video, we are going to be talking about the ways which men drain your energy. This video is very, very important. I wish every woman will watch it so that you'll be able to know when somebody is sucking you, when somebody is using your energy, why they are leaving you dry. Because if they drain you of your positive energy, they will transfer their negative energy to you. That means you carry misfortune and bad luck around. And also when you get married, you can also take that misfortune and bad luck to your husband's house. This is the reason why sometimes when some men marry, those women will bring bad luck to them because their energy has been exchanged. So it is very, very important to watch this video so that you can protect your feminine and progressive energy. Let's go.
As a woman, you need to be able to tell the difference when a man is harvesting your energy and when he's siphoning your energy. When a man is harvesting your energy, he is coming to you to get you to give your energy to him freely. Keyword freely. Harvesting is the act of collecting from a natural source. So for example, when you go to the beach and you collect stones or seashells from the beach, you are harvesting. The beach is giving you her resources for free. It's free for the taking. Another example is a garden. When a garden grows its herbs, its fruits, its vegetables, it is free for you to come to the garden and pick all that it's grown, right? You're harvesting. Women do not realize how much of their energy, how much of their life force they give away for free. So how does a man harvest your energy? One way is just by getting your attention. He'll reach out to you through social media. When a man reaches out to you through social media, he wants your attention. And when you give him the attention, he is harvesting it. He is collecting. And men like this who reach out to women on social media, they will reach out to multiple women. And they're harvesting from multiple sources. All these women are giving away their energy to this man freely. The reason why he's doing it for personal growth. He's harvesting the energy for empowerment. Women need to realize how much of their energy and their attention empowers men. How much of your energy helps them grow. Another way a man will harvest a woman's energy is by being friends with you. Most men that reach out to you wanting to be friends, they're actually interested in you sexually. But they know they can't get you, so they will settle with being friends with you just to be able to harvest your energy, just to be able to have the access to you and to get your attention. This is considered ethical because you are giving it for free, okay? There's a lot of other ways that a man will harvest your energy, but let's move on to siphoning. When a man is siphoning your energy, it is the purpose of getting access to you and depleting you, taking your energy, and usually it's without your consent. So they will manipulate you or inflict pain on you to get that energy. So siphoning is a lot more diabolical than harvesting. It's the act of consuming. They don't just want to come to your beach and collect some stones and collect some seashells. They want it all. So think of a well that has water in it. Someone who wants to harvest will come and throw their bucket in there, collect their water, got what they wanted, and then bounce. That's someone who harvested. Someone who wants to siphon you is looking at that well, and they don't just want a bucket. They want all the water that's in there. The men who want to harvest your energy, they will flirt with you, they will show interest, and then they'll go ghost. Because their purpose was to just collect and harvest the energy that they wanted from you to build themselves up, and then they bounce. The thing with these type of men, the ones that harvest your energy, is every once in a while, they'll come back and get your attention again to see if you're still a source that they can tap into. When a man wants to siphon you, he's going to try to get into a romantic relationship with you. They will want to get your attention. They'll show interest. They will flirt. And they will really pursue you. He's going to pursue you because he really does want you, but not in the way that you think. He doesn't want you. He wants your energy. He wants your life force. So these type of men will love bomb the hell out of you and future fake you. They will tell you whatever you need to hear. They will study you and make sure that they're the man that you want them to be. Promising an engagement down the line, promising a marriage, promising a family, all right? Everything that you want, everything that you dream of in a relationship, he will give you the appearance and he'll even act it out. He'll even do it. He will love bomb you and future fake you because he really wants you to open up. And he not only wants you to open up to him, he also wants you to like grow. You know what I mean? When a woman is in love, she glows differently. That's because the light inside of her is really, really shining. He's essentially fattening you up to consume you. Think of the story of Hansel and Gretel. Do you remember how the witch kept feeding Hansel candy to fatten him up before she would consume him? That's essentially what he's doing. Another example is from the movie Stardust. In the movie, there's a fallen star, and there are these witches that are hunting her because they want to consume her heart. They want to consume her light because it makes them more beautiful, it makes them younger, it gives them vitality. Now, there's a scene in the movie where the witch was able to get close to the star, but she didn't just attack the star right away. No, she had to lure the star in, make her feel comfortable, make her feel warm, make her feel special. Because when someone feels special, they feel safe, they're able to open up and they glow. The witch's plan was once she sees that glow, that's when she delivers the attack. That's when she consumes her. That's what these men will do. They will fatten you up, or they will get you to glow, and then they'll start to siphon you. He will start to say little things to make you insecure about your body. He will start checking out girls in front of you and acting like it was no big deal just to make you insecure about yourself. He'll chip away at your confidence. He will start doing things and behaving in ways that he never used to just to hurt you so that he can siphon your energy. And he'll keep building it up. And then in the end, he will do something big that will really hurt you to deliver the final blow and deplete you of all your energy.
Men are always harvesting your energy, girl. Once you become aware of that, you're going to finally start valuing your own time. You're not just going to let it get wasted by any guy who gives you attention, any low value, dusty dude who is all words, no action, doesn't provide anything of value to you in your life. Listen, even in the workplace, this happened to me so many times where male coworkers, managers, bosses, literally, your presence alone, just making eye contact, just listening to them. I mean, girls, how many times have you had male friends, male coworkers, just men in general, talk to you, dump stuff on you, talk through their problems, treat you like their therapist? Just by your presence alone, just by listening, existing is healing for them. And they will take it. If you keep giving it away for free, they will keep taking it from you. And this is why when you're dating, you have to be really careful. Only entertain men or spend time with men. Or even texting. Men can harvest your energy when you freaking text with them. They could be across the globe. They could literally be in another dimension, and they could harvest your energy through your attention, through your aura, just your consciousness. If you put your consciousness and you think about that man at all, he is harvesting something from you. Okay, mark my words. When you realize this, like I did, girl, you're going to become free. You know why? Because all of the energy, all of the attention you were giving away to these men, you're finally going to be able to turn that energy back to yourself and nurture yourself, level yourself up, heal yourself. So don't entertain men who don't show through action that they want to provide for you something in your life, something tangible. Do not give your energy away to men for free.
So a topic I wanted to discuss is that toxic men will drain you of your energy, and they will drain you of your beauty and give it to other women. What do I mean by that? If you're ever wondering why you're starting to get fat, you're starting to look tired, you're starting to get bad acne, it's not just because you're stressed, okay? This man is doing an energy transfer on you. He's practicing witchcraft, whether he knows it or he doesn't know it. He's practicing witchcraft and he's doing an energy transfer on you. And what he does is these other women that know about you or he goes around, they're basically there to help him do that energy transfer because they're not leaving. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. So what ends up happening is he breadcrumbs them. He gives them some type of attention. He lets them know your business in some way, shape, or form. They know that he's stressing you out. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, that is some form of an energy transfer that these men are doing. And they are basically giving that energy to these women that they're lying about and stressing you out to drain you of it. That's why your beauty starts to fade when you're with these men. That's why you start looking crazy when you're with you lose your glow because he's doing a energy transfer. Ladies, don't just leave because you didn't got fed up and you now look terrible and something crazy has happened. Leave at the first sign of him having all these extensions to him because he has to transfer that energy. He has to have a source for him and them because they're weaklings too. And he will find a light, he will find something and attach himself to it. And whether that be you or something, he has to have a source like a parasite in their baby.
Ladies, a feminine man is basically an energy vampire. He'll drain you, he needs mothering, he needs help, he needs fixing, he needs direction. He's going to put you in your masculine and you are going to burn out. If you're in a situation like that, I highly recommend that you get single. Get single, rest up, recuperate your energy that's been sucked away by this parasite. If he needs mothering, he can go back to his mother. And work on your own level up. Work on your glow up. Work on your confidence. And the world is going to be your oyster, babe. You are sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it. You just need some shine, some TLC, and the lack of tolerance for low effort BS, especially from men.
I say this with full love for men, But the reality is that men are draining by default. That the default assumption that you need to make for a man in your life is that he is not the source. In fact, he is draining. He is draining by default. He is going to drain your time, your energy, your compassion, and your love. He is going to drain your beauty and your youth and all the resources that you have. Men are draining by default. Even the best men I know are tremendous amounts of labor and tremendous amounts of risk. That just having a man in your life is going to bring you more labor. It's going to be your domestic labor, your emotional labor, your spiritual labor, because as women, we are the source, which means that we are giving by default. Women bring value to men by default, by all that we pour into them naturally, that we give to their well-being, to the beauty, to the joy, to their every single aspect of their experience in life. A woman by default, just your average run-of-the-mill woman, not even trying that hard, maybe not even that invested. By default, the default setting of woman is to bring value. Just you hugging a man, just you paying attention and listening to a man, just you caring for a man, let alone all the things that I'm sure you probably are so thoughtful and so considerate and so generous and so giving and spend so much time coaching him and counseling him and loving him and lifting him up. All these things by default, without even trying, we do. Not to mention, you're going to be making his health better, his house better. You're going to be introducing him to your friends. You're going to be giving him fun, amazing things to be doing on the holidays. You might be giving him children so he's not alone in his old age. You're going to be amplifying his status in the eyes of his coworkers, his colleagues, other women. He is touch-starved. He is lonely. No one is paying attention to him except you. Because you are doing these things, he has that in his life, and that is so valuable, and men are draining by default. They are going to take your time, your energy, your love. And the way that they counterbalance this is if a man starts pouring back into you by appreciating you as the source. That is how this is balanced, is a man who recognizes that you are the source and pours into you, sees you, loves you, uplifts you, appreciates you. And that is the only way that this value exchange is made right and true and honest, is by him recognizing you as the source, appreciating you for everything that you're doing, and honoring that sacred exchange. And when you are assessing a man in your life, do not close your eyes to this value exchange and really assess reality.
You know this trend where everyone is talking about he drained the life out of me? There's a picture of them whilst they were in the relationship, and then before the relationship or after the relationship. You get what I'm talking about. This is a prime example of the way that men steal a woman's feminine energy. Women naturally pour into a man. This could be the most basic, average woman that hasn't even done that much work developing herself, her internal mindset. This is our natural default evolutionary state. We are givers. We inject this feminine energy into the people around us, specifically into the men around us. It's up to you to ensure that your man is also pouring into you, right? It's so easy to say, no, I love pouring into my man. It makes me feel good. And that's you lying to yourself, saying that the more you pour into him, the more you serve him, the more you cook him meals, the more you take care of him, it makes you feel good, right? You feel like you're earning your keep. But really, all he's doing is stealing from you, which means that relationship is not going to last. And when it doesn't last, he's going to leave on top. He's going to leave on the pedestal, and you are going to leave feeling drained. You're going to leave feeling depleted, not just feeling depleted, but looking depleted. And this trend is such a massive example of that. We cannot ignore this trend. It's there for a reason. There is a catalogue of evidence that men drain women's feminine energy. Not all men, but it is up to you as a woman to ensure that that man is too pouring into you. This is something that my partner and I discuss every single month or every other week. We sit down, we have a check-in, and he always makes sure to see if he's actually pouring enough into me. As women, like I said, it's easy to get complacent and think, this is enough. I feel good, I feel happy. No, we need to be pushing for more. It's a standard that collectively we need to enforce together.
This is just a reminder to the women out there that men are the biggest harvesters of women's energy. You know, men literally cannot survive without women's energy. And the amount of things that they will do to get it, yeah, it gets scary. So before you let that man inside you, make sure that he's not a warlock, because there's tons of them running around here, pumping on women, okay? And stealing all their blessings. For real. Before you take that man back, ask yourself, what did I gain when I was with him before? Was that man going up and you were depleting? While that man was getting all these opportunities, what was going on with you? Were you getting any opportunities? Were you starting to look worn out and dusty? Oh, wow, he started to look more attractive, started getting more opportunities. Don't take that man back. He was feeding off you. He was feeding off that energy. Men go around stealing women's blessings, women's light, their fertile energy, all the time for their own benefit. That fertile energy is very important to have when manifesting. And women have that naturally. Men don't. That's why they live longer when they're with women. And women live less when they're with men. We are constantly feeding men. Our energy is what gives them life. Our coochies give them life. That is a portal. Our coochies are a portal. Whether y'all want to believe it or not, when men enter there, they are exchanging that with you. And men will give you their karma, all while sucking you dry of all your blessings, of all your light, of all the fertile energy that you have. She got that $1 million. $1 million. That's a real thing. That's a real motherfucking thing. Men will truly notice that they get more money and they can become rich when they are having intercourse with a certain woman or certain women, certain type of women. That will put money in their pockets. Then let's even get deeper into it. A lot of these men will pump you up and get you pregnant, and literally that child that you're giving birth to is karma from that man. He is evading karma by having kids, by passing his karma on through children. That's why when I say your coochie is a portal, your coochie is a portal. And these men will use and abuse that portal for their own benefit. And yes, a lot of them don't know why they act the way they act, or why they have 10 baby mamas, so many kids, or why they feel the need to constantly be inside a woman, to feel alive, to feel worth it, to feel like a man. But that's literally the reason. But there's also a lot of men out here who know, who truly know how important it is to have a woman by their side. That's why these rich men, you'll never catch them without a woman. You will never catch them without it. They always need to feed. They always need to have a woman or multiple women by their side. And a man who was feeding off you and then he goes up, he will definitely leave you and go to all these hoes that he's been wanting, right? And he will be riding off of your fertile energy that has been bringing opportunities and more attention into his life for as long as it lasts. And then once it's gone, they'll feel when it's gone. And once it's gone, that's when they'll come back, because they need more of your supply. These men will come in more ways than one. They will come to you and feed off you, take your energy, and go hoe themselves out to other women, which is also making the energy deplete. They will get all these opportunities. They will get money. They will get everything that they always wanted. And they just, when they don't need you, they don't need you. But once that energy is gone, they'll be back. And that's why you should never take any exes back. If they did you wrong one time, they're going to do it again. Stop believing, oh, I've changed. No, they have not. They just got better at manipulating. So, because you caught on to their game the first time. So stop letting these men take advantage of you spiritually like that. That's why you got to protect your womb. That's why you got to protect your cooch, your cookie. You can't just be out here letting anybody in, because these men, ruthless and evil.
Why you feel so much lighter when you break up with a man. It's because he was harvesting your energy. I mean that.
No. That's scratching the surface. We haven't even gone as deep as that goes. And let me explain. Men alter your life so much, and it's not even intentional. Like, this is just what happens. You can deny it all you want to, but it has shown, even in the strongest women, dealing with a weak man will change your life financially, physically. And no, it's not all of them. It's just those ones that suck you dry. You can't do anything for yourself. You're always worried about them. They can't do anything on their own. They can't take care of you financially. They can't do anything for you. They're sucking you dry, toxic, all those things. Those kind of men. Now, those strong masculine men that are taking care of you and allowing you to be feminine, those men, they take a small portion from you, but they also fill it back up. It's totally different. Even sexually, when you're having intercourse with a guy who is toxic, or he's on a different frequency than you, he's on a different level than you, you start to become him. Yeah. You start to become everything that he is. If he's fighting demons, you're going to start fighting them. If he's depressed, you're going to start getting depression. If he's anxious, you're going to start feeling a little nervous every single time. And I was talking to one of my sisters, and I was like, why every time I have a downfall in life, I was in a relationship? Every time. And every time I was single, I was my best self. I mean, I created some of the most beautiful things when I was celibate. I think there's more to be studied about this, but I do see a lot of women are waking up, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
People who drain your energy are often what we refer to as energy vampires, and they can be emotionally or mentally exhausting to be around, leaving you feeling depleted, stressed, and overwhelmed. And here are some common traits of energy vampires. The first thing is that they're constantly negative, always focusing on problems rather than solutions. The second trait is that they always seek drama. They always create unnecessary drama or conflicts, and it just puts you in situations that just drains your energy. The third trait is that they lack empathy. They don't care about anyone except themselves, and they show little understanding or concern for your emotions, often expecting you to cater to theirs without reciprocation. And last but not least, the victim mentality. Always labeling themselves as the victim, expecting others to always fix their problems without taking responsibility or accountability. So it's always important to set up boundaries with these types of people to protect your mental and emotional well-being.
You let them go physically, but let's talk about how to let them go spiritually. Let's dive in. Talk about how to remove someone's energy from your life. Is he gone, but it feels like he's stealing your spirit? If so, then this lesson is for you. Letting go physically is easy, but letting go in your energy, now that's where the real work begins. Let's talk about it. Every person you connect with leaves an imprint on you, especially if there was love, intimacy, and deep emotion. You have to go and do a full energy detox, ladies. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. That means you're blocking, removing reminders, and people that are connected to that source. Cutting off all unnecessary ties. If you don't consciously release their energy, they'll still hold a place in your mind and in your heart, even if it's a broken heart because of them. If you don't clear them out, you're going to keep attracting the same person just in a different body. Your energy must be healed before you move on. That's why this is important, ladies. Take note. I'm going to be giving you 3 rituals you can do to cleanse your energy. So the first one is going to be the fire release ritual. This is where you're burning away old memories of them and emotional attachments. Write an honest, raw message to the person that you need to release. What they gave you, what they took from you. And then I want you to write in there what you're letting go. I want you to read that letter out loud and then say, I release you. You no longer hold a place in my mind, my body, or my spirit. And then I want you to burn the letter. Y'all, safety first now, in a fireproof dish. And as the ashes fall, I want you to imagine the emotions that you had that was holding you to them diminishing. Fire represents transformation and purification, ladies. This type of ritual helps sever energetic ties and create space for new beginnings. 2, ladies, we're going to talk about the spiritual bath. Washing away lingering emotional residue and resetting your aura. I want you to run a warm bath with Epsom salt or the pink Himalayan salt, roses and lavender for peace. And then add you a couple drops of essential oils like eucalyptus, clearing negativity, or rosemary, and that's going to give you that spiritual protection. And while you're in that bath, I want you to close your eyes and visualize all the emotions attached to that person washing away. And then I want you to say out loud, I am cleansing my spirit of all things that no longer serve me. I am renewed. So water is a natural conduit for energy cleansing. And salt removes stagnant energy. And flowers promote emotional healing, ladies. And 3, ladies, we have the sound and smoke clearing. Clearing your home and your spirit of lingering energy from past relationships. So 10, how do you do it? Let's dive into that. You're going to light sage, Palo Santo, or the frankincense incense and let the smoke move through your home. And especially where that person spent time. And then you have to open those windows so that negative energy can exit. Y'all, this is the part that people miss. And as you cleanse, ladies, I want you to say, this space is mine, and I'm cleansing all energy that doesn't belong to me. And I want you to play healing frequencies or gospel music to raise your vibration. And if you feel heavy energy around yourself, use the smoke to cleanse yourself, moving from head to your toes. Remember, smoke and sound clear stagnant energy, removing both emotional and spiritual imprints that are left behind, unwanted. And ladies, remember that cleansing your energy is not a one-time thing. It's a process. You may need to repeat this ritual anytime you start feeling emotional. When that emotional residue start creeping back in, it's time to cleanse. The goal is clear. When you remove the past, you make room for the future.
Right, this is for my girls that are dealing with a man that is no good for them. No. If you get with a man who has no confidence, watch him take yours. If you are with a man that can't create his own happiness, watch him take yours. If you are with a man that has no money, watch him take yours. If you are dealing with an insecure man, watch him suck the life out of you. Watch this man suck the life out of you so much that you do not even recognize yourself anymore. An unhealed man will always, always, always bring you down to their level.
When a man is unhappy with himself, he won't just suffer in silence. He will drag the woman who loves him into the chaos because misery loves company, and broken men don't heal alone. They recruit. He'll use her as a mirror to reflect his own self-hate, then blame her for the cracks. One minute you're his peace, the next you're his punching bag. For every insecurity he refuses to confront. You'll love him, pour into him, fight for him, and he'll drown you anyway. Not because you did something wrong, but because he can't stand the version of himself he sees in your love. He'll sabotage the relationship, weaponize silence, he'll trip your efforts, and then gaslight you into thinking you're the problem. Sis, let me be very clear. You can't fix a man who's committed to self-destruction. He'll burn the house down with you inside it just to feel powerful for a second. Loving a man who hates himself is a spiritual hazard. Protect your peace.
His presence in your life is triggering the absence of your true self. You are losing yourself with that man, girl. Ever since he's entered your life, you've been in a constant state of unrest and distress because his actions and behaviors are so inconsistent with the words that he's telling you. You can't trust that he will do what he says. When you don't hear from him, it causes you to feel really anxious, and all you do is think about him, and you're waiting for the moment that he does text you or call you just so you can feel some relief. But it's a never-ending cycle of anxiety and relief. Because you're never able to relax and feel at ease with him, you're mistaking this feeling for an intense attraction and chemistry. You call it excitement when it's really your nervous system just going crazy, and it's sounding the alarms to stay away from this man. You should not feel this uneasy. Things should flow. You should feel at peace with the right person. If he was supposed to stay in your life, girl, it would not hurt this bad. If he is not adding a positive light in your life, if he is not adding value, he is only taking from you. you and making you feel bad about yourself, and you feel emotionally drained and negative, and you question your worth all because of this man, his presence is a subtracting force in your life, and you do not want that. You want someone who fills you up instead of draining you.
Men will harvest your energy if you let them. I literally just got off the phone with a dude that I haven't spoken to in a year. This dude is very big on social media. I think it has like, I don't know, hundreds and thousands of followers. And I always push the narrative for women to get something out of the situation, because men will do anything just to get your attention and your time. That is called energy harvesting. I haven't spoken to this man in a year, and the last time we spoke, we didn't even get into an argument. He wanted me to come join him last minute, like for dinner. I was like, that's not how I move. And he was like, but you're here in this city, how can you not want to? I was like, bruh, I told you a week ago I was coming. Someone brought me here. I can't, if you need me to come back here, you need to fly me here. You need to purchase my ticket and my accommodation and bring me there. And this man had recently bought like a really expensive car, so he was feeling brand new. So now he's back. I'm like, what you want, bro? What is it that you want? So now he's missing that energy that I was giving him. The sad thing, when someone disappears and a year goes by, I'm a whole different beast now. I don't even know how he's gonna try and tame this. He's talking about us. I'm ready to purchase a house. Bro, that's not my problem. Where's my apartment?
And one thing I have learned, men want to be cussed out. They want it.
Sis not wrong. She's not wrong in what she's saying. There are definitely men that want that energy from you. And what it is your emotional energy. They are feeding off of your emotional energy. So they are going to keep on pushing your buttons or keep on being nonchalant until you get riled up enough that they can suck in your emotional energy while you're all turned up. It's not that they want to be cussed out. They need your emotional energy in order to survive. They're feeding off of it. And when you feed into it and get all hype and get all turned up, then they want more and more. So yeah, they'll start chasing you then. They'll start being after you then, because now it's part of a game. And now your emotions are involved, and now they're pulling from that emotional energy, and it's like a cycle. It's like a cycle. And you kind of decide whether or not you want to play that game with them, whether or not you are for that type of time. She's talking about being in a healed place, and she's not appreciating that they're taking her back to that place that she came from. Well, you don't need a man who's feeding off your emotional energy then, because he has to get you turned up in order to get that from you. Most of the time, gratitude or happiness is not a strong enough emotion for them, for those emotional feeders to survive off of. It's like a snack. But what they need is for you to get hyped, turned up. And if you're not trying to be in that headspace, you got to stay away from those type of men.
Do I think you're going to be happy in the long run? Hell no. Absolutely not. Do I think it's good for you to be sliding out of your feminine energy like that? Absolutely not. But that is your choice as a woman. And if you feel like that is your more comfortable energy, so be it. Just know what you're setting yourself up for. But I would argue for the vast majority of you, you already know you're not feeling that. You already know you're not going to like that for the long run. But again, not only does it put you in that controlling, more dominant energy, it now robs you from being more in the feminine, being more soft, vulnerable, open, loving, nurturing, or at least it can easily take you away from that, because again, you now find yourself having to run the relationship.
These toxic men gonna keep you broke. Come on real fast, I gotta go, okay? These toxic men gonna keep you broke because there's a connection between you putting all this energy into them. Let me put it to you like this. Imagine if the amount of energy you was putting into that broken man, that broken relationship, imagine if that same amount of energy was energy you was putting into yourself, into your business, into improving at the thing that you do at your job, getting more credentials, you know what I'm saying? Learning about different ways to invest your money. Imagine if the amount of energy you was putting into men for the last 10 years, 20 years, you was putting into yourself, how much further along you would be, and how much better of a man you be dealing with. Because the truth of the matter is, when you elevate yourself, you elevate the kind of men that you're attracting, that will be attracted to you, okay? That's the reality.
If you're in a relationship that's draining your energy, that men don't love you. Now, Make sure you understand that. If you're doing too much, if you're not receiving anything in return, if you're waiting on him to do stuff, if you're waiting on him to change, if he's not catering to you, if he's not making sure you're protected and happy and have everything you need, and you are claiming his name or you are claiming relationship status with this man, and you still lack in some department, he don't love you.
The fact that you are putting so much importance on somebody who lacks so much character, he has zero emotional intelligence, he's unable to hold himself accountable because he's done no self-development, refuses to do any soul searching. His idea of self-development is just like lifting some weights in a gym, and you want him to show up for you, you want him to be able to understand your emotions, you want him to be in tune with your emotions. What are we doing here, babe? What are we doing here? We need to talk. Really listen here, okay? I need you to really listen, okay? Class in progress. Take notes, girls. The only thing a man does for you in this life is he is supposed to make your life easier. Because most things in this life you can do on your own. You can do on your own. Yes, yes, yes. So, if this man is not coming into your life and bringing you tangible value, he is not making your life easier in some way. He doesn't know that he is there to please you. Do not go further. Do not entertain.
And the way that they counterbalance this is if a man starts pouring back into you by appreciating.
Oh, this is good. Now, hear me out. This conversation is going to require your objectivity, meaning you can't see things through the lens of which you're accustomed to. Now, there was a time when I actually didn't know if I wanted to be married, and that was from the stance of a conscious decision. I think I was about maybe 20, I'm going to go for 27, 28. And I made the decision from the standpoint of understanding that being married was going to be me being responsible for managing someone else's emotions on top of managing everyday life and everything else that comes attached to that. If I'm going to be completely honest, I saw men, and currently do, overall as a general liability. Even in my early 20s. Again, loved my father down, wouldn't trade him for the world. I literally could not do this life without him. But in general, as it relates to the overall population, are they more of a liability or are they more of an asset? If you listen to her video, she elaborates on all of the reasons why I had come to that decision at that point. Because quite frankly, it didn't really make sense to me to have to carry the load of trying to live life, reach goals. I don't know if I was a mom at the time, but it just didn't make any sense to have to do all of these real life things and then carry the weight of a man who's questionable in his everything, attachment, foundation, strength, character, all those things, right? Because a lot of times when you're in your early 20s, hell, even your 30s, the bulk of that time is navigating through your dating experiences and figuring out what you want and what you don't want. And so a lot of those situations are situations you don't want to attach to permanently for anything. So understanding that I am more likely meeting men that are not fully developed, so it would be unwise for me to walk into a legally binding contract simply to say I have a husband. Like, that was my thinking personally. Once I got over like the feelings of like social titles and expectations and all that shit, and was literally just looking at the factors at play, it felt like a little pointless. So I say all this to say, at the end of the video, she talks about how it is not worth it unless you have a good partner that knows and appreciates you. And so that has been my shift here at 37, that to me, it is not worth it to be attached to a man unless he brings so much to the table that he makes your quality of life that much more better. And I'm not even talking about financially. I'm talking about just the way that he shows up. It's an all-encompassing experience that is consistent. I'm not talking about he's done this for a couple of weeks. I'm not talking about you got love bombed and it felt great. I'm talking about, no, that man's love is enduring. unless it comes draped in that. And when I mean draped, I mean through and through. It ain't just draped. That's what it is. Like, that's the foundation of it. I just don't see it as worth it. Because there's too much other shit to be doing with your time. And they are too much of a liability when they are unevolved, that I might as well focus on doing what I need to do. I would rather wait for someone who is a good fit and then take the leap of marriage than to sign up for something because that's what people think I should be doing at the time. Please.
Some of y'all doing that little trend where they like, oh, he drained me. And everything about the trend says you was desperate. You wanted a man more than you wanted to love yourself. So therefore, when you got a man, you let that man become your is-all, be-all. See, a lot of y'all women don't have no hobbies outside of being in a relationship. I can't stand for a woman to call my phone and that's the only thing she got to talk about is her man, her man, her man. What about your hobbies? What about your goals? What about you? What about your kids? What they learn this summer? See, a lot of y'all make y'all whole fucking world be my man, my man, my man. And half of them need be wanting a break from your ass because you have nothing more to offer. It ain't no way in the hell I'm finna let a man take me from looking like a shiny white pearl to some shit. A lot of y'all really start looking like shit talking about he drained you. No, baby girl, you never had a sense of identity. Everything revolved around him. So while you should have been building yourself up while you was with him and staying on top of yourself, you was building up that man. Yeah. You was building up that man. Don't blame a man for the shit that you do, because y'all bitches will allow it. Y'all will allow shit. That's why I don't have no sympathy for women no more, because you allow it. Then be calling, want to talk about, oh, because he did this. No, bitch, because you allowed it. That man ain't drained you. You allowed it. He took your energy because you allowed it. And you didn't have that much energy for yourself anyways.
Sisters, let me tell you something real. You want to grow. You want to thrive. You want to prosper. But being with a narcissist, it will kill every bit of progress you try to make. At first, he might cheer you on. He might give you a smile here, a compliment there. But the moment you start moving forward, the moment you rise above where he thinks you should be, watch carefully. The support disappears. Suddenly, it becomes the critique, the obstacle, the one who questions your every step. So every plan you make, every goal you set, every dream you pursue, it is measured against his ego. And guess what? Your growth will always feel too much or not right for him. So my sisters, being with a narcissist is like planting seeds in dry soil. Let that sink in. No matter how much effort, love, and care you pour into it, nothing flourishes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why? Because he only takes. Every achievement you have is his to control, to belittle, or to block. Every energy you give is drained. Every success you celebrate is shadowed by his jealousy or insecurity. You are building, but he is dismantling. You are walking, but he is stealing your momentum. So let me say this clearly. A narcissist cannot be your partner in growth. They cannot build with you. They cannot replenish you or share your victories. No. They will always take. They will take your time, your energy, your resources, and your dreams. So sisters, if you feel stuck, if you feel exhausted or invisible in your own life, look at the company you keep. Look around you. Because the right partner should lift you higher, not hold you back. You were made to thrive, to prosper. You were made to shine, not to survive someone else's limitations. So you need to rise for yourself. Rise for your future. Don't let him stunt your life. Do not allow it. I hope this helps. Take care. Bye.